What is going on, YouTube? It is a new year. Technically, this is the second January. What, the first month, second day, 2023. Happy New Year's, everyone. A little late on that for me. Hopefully, everyone had a good Christmas. You guys, spent time with your families for New Year's, the Christmas, all that good stuff. A lot of holidays. A lot of holidays. New Year's and Christmas. Well, Christmas and New Year's. So, hopefully everyone stays safe, all that good stuff. I know my Christmas was pretty good. I enjoyed my Christmas. My New Year's was pretty good too, which was technically also my birthday. So, I didn't record Christmas. I didn't do anything on the 1st or the 31st. I just kind of relaxed. I had a couple of videos I could upload. That's what I did. But here we are. So make sure you guys, we are reacting to, only reason why I bring that up, it's New Year, everything, right? Intro going to be a little bit longer, I will say. But we are reacting to top 10 breaking news stories of 2022. New Year, this was last year. Let's see, the breaking news stories for 2022. New Year, hopefully this year goes good. Everyone have a safe year and everything. Last year was pretty good, all that good stuff. We're just going to like the video, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys had a good Christmas, a good New Year's. Let me know. Ooh. So, we are reacting to that. I will have the link for the video we are reacting to down in the description, as well as WatchMojo.com's channel down in the description if you guys want to check that out. Let's go ahead and get into this. Oh, sorry guys. Long intro, I apologize. But hopefully this year, I'm hoping to at least hit at least 100 subscribers on YouTube. And hopefully I can get back to streaming soon and hit 100 followers on Twitch. That'd be dope. That's what I'm hoping for. So, let's get to it. Done holding you guys. Let's get to it.
The bird is freed.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 breaking news stories of 2022.
You know that there are kids, right?
For this list, we're looking at the most impactful news items from the year. These events were the most significant, culture-shifting, and/or shocking moments from 2022. Did we forget a famous news story from this past year? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Elon Musk acquires Twitter. Polarizing business person Elon Musk heads companies as varied as Tesla and SpaceX. In 2022, he expressed interest in purchasing Twitter. Barely avoiding a lawsuit when he threatened to change course, he eventually acquired the company,
completing the reported $44 billion deal on the eve of a court-appointed deadline to finish his on-again, off-again bid to purchase the company.
He fired thousands of employees, including those that criticized him, and began charging a subscription fee for blue checkmarks, which previously indicated a verified account. In response, fake parody accounts with blue checkmarks flooded the site, forcing Musk to delay the service.
Everything related to the last 6 months has been, pretty sad.
His critics argue that the billionaire is opening the door to misinformation and hate speech, while his supporters claim that he'll bring a new era of free speech to the site.
I think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Really?
Yeah. Huge fan of him. I think he'll do great things. It's long overdue.
Not only did the purchase alter Twitter's reputation, it drastically changed the trajectory of the social media platform. Number 9. UK Prime Minister shakeup. In the years following Brexit, the United Kingdom has grappled with a multitude of changes. This includes a revolving door of prime ministers, which continued with Boris Johnson and Liz Truss in 2022. Johnson would spend the bulk of his term dealing with the pandemic. After his administration was caught having parties that violated health regulations, he resigned.
And I will be leaving, Mr. Speaker. I will be leaving soon with my head held high.
This led Truss to take over, but she didn't last long either. Less than 2 months later, she stepped down after a proposed budget led to financial instability in UK markets.
I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
Rishi Sunak took over from there, filling the vacancy at 10 Downing Street as the third Prime Minister of 2022. Number 8, the January 6th hearings.
I mean, I was already worked up, and so were most of the people there.
So as you started marching, did you think there was still a chance the election would be overturned?
Yeah, at that time I did.
After Donald Trump made false claims of widespread voter fraud, supporters attacked the Capitol building to overturn the federal election results on January 6, 2021.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
His claims have since been thoroughly debunked. Through 2022, a House committee held live televised public hearings to investigate. The hearings included sworn testimony that Trump knew he didn't win the election, as well as eyewitness accounts from police officers about the violence that day.
I can just remember my breath catching in my throat because what I saw was just a war scene. It was something like I'd seen out of the movies.
Just as notable is the number of people who haven't testified, including Trump and his allies. Ongoing attempts to serve subpoenas have slowed the hearings. Trump made headlines again when the FBI searched his Mar-a-Lago residence to retrieve hundreds of classified documents, which they allege had been concealed to block investigation.
You're watching Aldi TV.
Gil, you know what's nice about Aldi. Low prices all day.
Let's
you
go.
know it's...
Number 7, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial.
Yeah, no.
After actors Johnny Depp and Amber...
I'm not even gonna lie. I was honestly kind of thinking that was gonna be Ian Hill, but I wasn't sure if they was gonna put that Ian Hill.
Amber Heard divorced. She published an op-ed in 2018 describing herself as a victim of domestic violence. Depp was dropped from a number of projects, and his career seemed over.
It was.
After the op-ed, it was impossible to get
No,
him.
I mean, like, he was dropped from a lot of stuff. Like, that's just
a studio film.
It's crazy.
However, he alleged that Heard had been the abusive one in their relationship and took legal action. He lost a libel suit in the UK, but sued Heard for defamation in the US, leading Heard to countersue.
What did Miss Heard say about the defecation in Mr. Depp's bed?
A horrible practical joke gone wrong.
Both performers took the stand in 2022, rehashing intimate moments from their marriage and bringing out a long list of witnesses.
Yes, I'm not going to say no because she was really always nice.
Social media ate up the juicy details, with coverage skeptical of Heard's testimony in particular.
This was a case all about words. Amber Heard's right to say she was a victim of domestic violence, an accusation that Johnny Depp says was simply a lie. He was the victim here, and the jury and much of the watching public has, after hearing it all, believed him.
Ultimately, the jury ruled that Heard had defamed Depp, and he was awarded compensatory and punitive damages. Number 6, Shinzo Abe assassinated.
The former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has died.
The world was shocked on July 8th to learn that former Prime Minister of Japan Shinzo Abe had been killed, fatally shot by Tetsuya Yamagami with a homemade gun.
Investigators seized multiple weapons in a raid on his home. Several Japanese media outlets reporting he said he planned to make explosives for the attack, but switched to a homemade gun instead.
Given the strict Japanese laws against firearms, the event was particularly unprecedented in the nation's recent history. Yamagami blamed Abe for his mother's bankruptcy. In Yamagami's youth, his mother had donated all her money and property to the Unification Church. Later, his older brother, struggling to afford medical treatment for cancer, took his own life. Critics have described the church as a, quote, dangerous cult. It has close ties to Abe's political party.
Since that story has sort of come out, we've just had this sort of huge
I don't think I got that far
about just
into
how
it.
close the Unification Church's ties to the ruling Liberal Democratic Party here in Japan are, and how deep and how far back they go. They go back decades.
While Yamagami's motive provoked further...
Okay, hang on. I just realized I didn't turn my other light on. Hang on. My bad, guys. Oh god. Yeah, I didn't have my other light on. That's my fault. My bad.
Further questions. The unexpected violence also brought out a larger conversation about the country's social and political future. Number 5, Robb Elementary. On May 24th, 21 people, including 19 students, were killed at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas. Early reports showed that the local police department didn't initially confront the shooter.
One of the students from the next door classroom was saying...
No, I didn't read a lot about that. But, I mean, RIP to everyone who's lost their life in 2022 and the years before 2022. RIP.
Officer, we're in here. We're in here. But they had already left.
Later investigations revealed their inaction in real time, as body cam and security footage substantiated these claims. Grief-stricken parents and family members even attempted to enter the building, while officers kept them outside.
And when I looked at that video and I saw the officers who were standing in that hallway doing nothing except standing back, I was very, very disappointed.
Along with criticizing the lackluster response, many people confronted lawmakers about the policies that allowed for the perpetrator to purchase a semi-automatic rifle in the first place.
There are still so many questions. There's still this utter disbelief in the air that something like this would be happening.
The tragedy deeply affected the Uvalde community and brought out a renewed conversation about gun laws and violence in America.
My heart was broken today.
Another community pleading for prayers for more lives, cut tragically short.
Number 4, Mahsa Amini protests. In September, the death of 22-year-old Iranian woman Mahsa Amini ignited the biggest protests in Iran in over a decade. Iran's religious morality police had arrested her for allegedly not wearing her hijab properly.
Yeah, I don't think I
Eyewitnesses
remember
reported
reading
she was
about that.
beaten to
I don't
death,
remember
and leaked
this.
medical scans
But
support
I mean,
this.
I kind of
In
do,
response,
but I don't.
Thousands have taken to the streets in protest, with many women removing their hijabs in defiance.
But extraordinary acts of defiance are now taking place against a regime that's controlled what half the population wears and how they all behave for so long.
The Iranian authorities have blamed Amini's death on a sudden heart attack and cracked down violently on protesters.
Iranian authorities denying accusations that Amini suffered blows to the head during her arrest, saying it was a heart ailment that killed her. But her family disputes that claim, as do the thousands of Iranian women taking to the streets.
Thousands have been detained and several hundred killed. With the changing cultural and political norms in the country, these demonstrations are changing the course of Iranian history.
They've been accused by Iran's clerics of being dreamers, for believing in change. But there's determination here.
I feel so much better. Hi, my name is Steven, and I've lost 30.
Yeah, no, I don't really remember that, to be honest. I don't.
To prove them wrong.
Number 3, Roe v. Wade overturned. A summer U.S. Supreme Court session brought the landmark 1973 case Roe v. Wade back into the news. In June 2022, the court overruled federal protections for abortion rights.
So this is, in fact, a landmark
Oh, yeah, I
ruling here.
remember
This is
that.
overturning nearly 50 years of precedent that was first established in Roe v. Wade and then affirmed in Casey, the Casey decision in 1992.
Those in the anti-abortion movement celebrated, while those for abortion decried the decision as rolling back reproductive rights in the country.
It is a decision which defines the deep divides in American life.
The development was largely seen as a result of the conservative majority on the Supreme Court.
There's never been a case like this where settled law that has been affirmed and reaffirmed, granted an important constitutional protection, indeed, what has long been understood as a fundamental constitutional protection, and then is removed by the court.
Without a judicial safeguard or official codification of Roe into law, the availability and legality of abortion in many U.S. states has been jeopardized. Eternally divided on the issue, American citizens could be grappling with the lingering effects of this decision for a long time to come.
It feels like a betrayal. It feels like my country doesn't love me and appreciate my body as a woman.
Number 2, the death of Queen Elizabeth II.
The BBC is interrupting its normal programs to bring you an important announcement. This is BBC News from London. Buckingham Palace has announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
After a record-breaking reign of 70 years, Queen Elizabeth II died in September of 2022. She took over the throne from her father, George VI, in 1952 during a period of rebuilding for the United Kingdom. The British royal was arguably the last consequential monarch, harkening back to a time where nobility was more than tabloid fodder.
As Queen, Elizabeth worked with more than a dozen prime ministers, beginning with Winston Churchill, and she also met with 13 American presidents.
She gave me a look that only a mother could give a child.
Her death marked the end of an extended era in modern history, including the softening of the British Empire. Her passing provoked many different reactions, including tearful tributes, indifference, and criticism. Historically speaking, Elizabeth II's death was the most notable passing of the year.
Her death comes after the passing of her husband, Prince Philip, last year. And her passing sets the stage for Prince Charles to become king.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Russia invades Ukraine. As Ukraine has pulled away from Russian...
I was wondering if that one was going to be in here. I kind of was thinking it was going to be in here. And when it got to, you know, number 3, and this wasn't it. And then number 2, and that wasn't it. And I was like, okay, maybe it's probably number 1. And it is.
Influence. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has reacted with furious violence. In 2014, protests in Ukraine forced the removal of pro-Russian President Viktor Yanukovych, widely viewed as corrupt. In retaliation, Russia annexed Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula. After demanding that NATO ban Ukraine from ever joining, Russia launched a full-scale invasion in February 2022.
Within minutes, explosions were reported in numerous places, including the southern port cities of Odessa and Mariupol, as well as Kramatorsk and Kharkiv in the east, the Dnipro in central Ukraine, and the capital, Kiev.
At home, Russians were told this was a, quote, special military operation to, quote, denazify Ukraine. The invasion has not gone as planned. Ukrainian President Zelensky has proven a resilient and unifying leader, and Western arms have helped his forces turn the tide in key territories.
Do not panic. We are strong. We are ready for everything, and we will defeat everyone, because we are Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.
Nonetheless, Putin's aggression has shaken the world economy, leading to massive food shortages and left tens of thousands dead.
The war in Ukraine threatens to turn crisis into catastrophe for hundreds of millions globally who depend on its grain. Last year, its grain exports fed 400 million people worldwide.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And
that's crazy, bro. Like, 2022 was just a crazy year. Like, it really was. Like, 2022 was a crazy year. 2021 was a crazy year. 2019 was crazy. Like, oh, like, oh no, it's just crazy. I just wonder what 2023 is going to have in store for us. Let me know what you guys think about the video down below in the comments. Let me know about you guys' New Year's, how that went. Let me know what you guys' Christmas went, how that went. I know I'm a little late on asking about the Christmas and a little bit on New Year's. Just a little bit. Not too much on the New Year's one, though. But let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Positivity is key. Motivation is key. Happiness is key. I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys stay safe. See you guys.